Man, y'all, you know what? This is 2 weeks, y'all, because, last time y'all heard from us, we was traveling.
Yes,
we was still traveling. So guess what, y'all? We finally having a chance to settle down.
Yes.
We're excited about that we're not traveling, Kenneth.
Yes, it feels good to be back home. back home.
You know what? I don't care what no one says. It's nothing like you being in your own bed.
Your own house, your own bed, your own place to stay.
I don't care how raggedy that bed is. I don't care how bad it is.
Right,
It's nothing like your own bed.
I agree with you 100%.
So, Kenneth, how you been? You celebrated a birthday.
I'm just about to say I am exuberant, elated, overpowered. I'm just above. If you could put me at a 10, I'm at a 10 plus. I feel just that great this month.
You do?
This is the great month for me, great month for my son.
Yes,
and some other relatives.
Yes.
Yeah.
We celebrated birthdays.
I celebrated 64 great years on this earth. And I'm just enjoying it. I feel like I could jump over a fence.
Wow.
I feel like I could maybe turn a couple of somersaults.
Let me see you do one. He'll produce a film.
No. I said I feel like that. I didn't say I'm going to do it, but I just feel great because it's just a new day to me.
It is
64. I never felt this before. I never know what 64 feels like, and now I know what 64 feels like, and it feels great.
I'm gonna ask you, what does that feel like?
64 feels so great.
Okay.
I mean, you may wake up with a few aches and pains, but you just say, "Oh, I made it. I made it another year, another time." So how about yourself? How do you feel?
I feel good. But speaking of aches and pains, I just told you before we came on, I was like, "Oh, Ken, my knees bothering me," and I'm not even 64.
Wait till you get 64. You're gonna have some more aches and pains.
Oh, my knees is really bothering me.
Yes. And a shout out to my producer. His birthday was last week.
It sure was.
So
he turned 24.
24. So we give him a shout out too.
I have to always give him a shout out. I always tell him, I say, you will always be, and he probably not gonna like this, but you will always be my baby.
Oh yeah, we let you we let you produce the show. We appreciate you and everything. So we give him a shout out since his birthday.
Yes, 24.
He turned it up too, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. So Kenneth, your girl gotta say something.
Okay, say it.
Make sure y'all like.
Yes.
Subscribe. Hit that notification bell, baby. That's the only way you're going to know we come in. And I'm going to say, y'all, I appreciate the subscription.
Yes.
Appreciate the comments. Really, the likes, the shares. I love all the support. I'm hearing from people telling me that they've been listening. Y'all just don't know I'm serious. I really appreciate that. We appreciate that. Not just us, but we really do appreciate that.
Because we cannot do this without you all.
Without you all.
Without you all. It's going to take you all and us to make it happen.
Make this happen.
We just thank you all so much.
I want to say, Kenneth, guess what?
Okay.
Your girl got an email. She got several, but I just pulled this one out because I thought this one would be a good one.
Okay, all right. Let's get down to it.
Okay, let's get to it. Let me see what she said because these are the ones that I do have, but I'm going to read this one. I think this one is interesting. So it says, Dear LAVIDA. But I didn't know my name. I'm just kidding. They should know my name. Dear LAVIDA. They say, hey, LAVIDA. My husband and I, my husband and I, she put husband in parentheses and say, so I know it ain't no husband because she put in parentheses, she said, we are contemplating marriage. So you know how y'all do this, my husband. Y'all not even married, but okay, I get it. She said, my husband and I were contemplating marriage, but at this present moment, I'm having a little issue.
Okay.
She put little and then she put issue.
A little issue, okay.
She said, my first issue is, I understand that you all say that your spouse comes first. So we talked about
spouse comes first in a relationship or in a marriage?
Well, she's talking about in a marriage. She said, we know your spouse comes first.
Okay.
So I think she's talking like she's married, though we know. Okay. So she said, I realize that you all stated that the spouse comes first in the relationship or marriage. She said, but I have one issue. Okay. She said, my issue is my loving in-law.
Oh.
She say she called it my loving in-law. My loving in-law.
Oh, see, that already has a ring to it.
My
loving in-law. Okay.
She said the issue that I have with the in-law is that once we get married, so that's why I knew they weren't married because I had already read it. They said once we get married, I feel like that my loving in-law will not know her place in our relationship because her and my wife, this is So this must be the husband wrote this.
Yeah.
Okay. Her and my wife, they have, because at first it said hubby, but okay. They must have forgot. So they tried to be disguised, but it kind of coming out.
Came out, okay.
Her and my wife has a really close relationship.
Okay.
So what do I do when the mom may interfere in our relationship? How should we handle this? Thank you, and we will be watching.
Wow, that is a great question. And
but what I want you to do
great
is,
situation too.
I want us to talk about it, and then we're going to hit it, because what we're trying to do is get y'all to watch the whole thing, so then that way you can hear what we said about it.
That makes sense.
So, Kim, what about that? I'm just saying, loving in-law.
Oh, yes.
It's the loving in-law, not just the in-law.
And we run across that so much, so often that, the parents are involved, so deep involved. They start out getting involved with the wedding planning.
Okay.
They start out getting involved with, it just makes some little small finishing touches on the wedding, some preparations and things like that. But next thing you know, they'll continue it on after the wedding.
Well, see, I think you already just talking about the wedding. I think the problem is that it started before then. It's not just during the wedding. It's the relationship we have before the wedding.
Okay.
So they deep in my business
already
before the wedding.
Already.
Wow. So Kim, I just remember, and that's why I said I'm just gonna, since we always have to put ourselves in there. I just remember when you said, whoever our son producer date, they don't have a problem with me. You said, I remember you saying that. You said whoever the producer date will have an issue with you gonna be you because the way you are with him, the way you are about him. Look how you looking.
I'm looking like, oh shit.
The way you are.
Put my producer in it now. Okay.
But I'm saying I remember you telling me this, but I think so far with the friend that I've seen, I think I've done a good job in that.
You want to pat yourself on the back?
I am. I'm going to pat myself because
you've done a good job. And because they're not even contemplating marriage and nothing like that. So it's just a girlfriend right now.
So, but do you think it'll change once it's the
marriage? Yes.
You think I'm going to change once it?
Okay, I'm just thinking this whole situation to change. We're not going to throw you under the bus yet, but I think the whole situation to change.
Like, man, they know I was going to be on
I think the whole situation to change.
The reason why I said that is because I brought that up because I will be an in-law.
Right.
And so what I try to do is whatever I speak about, I try to make sure I'm trying to work on that. So reason why I said that, because you did tell me beforehand that it may be an issue.
Right. And I agree. I agree. Because oftentimes, if you don't catch it ahead of time, this thing can just catch on fire like wildfire and just explode.
Okay, I agree.
Explode. So
I agree.
It's going to be up to the guy and his fiance or his girlfriend or his wife. It's going to be up to them to come together and say, look, where are we going to draw the line at with our parents? Where will we draw the line at with our parents?
So it should be a line in the sand or something?
I think it should, because if not, it's going to get out of hand. We see it so oftentimes in marriages now. We see it so oftentimes where that thing gets out of control. I have a situation where I have friends that I know who has put their in-laws in it so deep that the wife doesn't want to come around too often.
Okay.
She doesn't want to come around too often because in-laws are so deep in that.
The relationship.
The guy has already told the mother everything about their relationship and their marriage that the daughter, she doesn't want to come around anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, so it can get just that deep. So our job is to catch it before it gets like that.
Well, I will say you have helped me in preparing myself for when I have an in-law. You have helped me in that. That's why I say us coming together. I like when you just said that. You said it's up to the
husband and wife.
When you saying it's up to the husband and wife to come together. Yeah. But I'm just telling you, you've helped me as a husband to allow me to see that, he's an adult. This will be his relationship. You don't have to interfere and stuff like that. And I get it because I know how I am. I don't want nobody interfering in my relationship. You already know that. Yeah. I don't want nobody interfering in my relationship. Yeah. I don't want nobody coming and trying to tell me nothing about you or how I need to take care of you. So that's what's helping me. That's helping me, and you're helping me because I know what I am and how I want my marriage to be. So I won't want anybody sister, brother, mom, I don't want nobody coming and trying to interfere and tell me nothing about our relationship.
Okay, ding, 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 ding. I have a spoiler alert for everybody right now who's listening.
What?
Here's a spoiler alert. When you get married, if you're contemplating marriage and you want to get married, check this out. When you marry that young lady or you marry that young man, guess what? You're marrying the whole entire family.
You said that before.
I tell them this all the time.
But you said that before.
But they don't believe it. They don't believe it. They
do
not believe it. You think, oh man, he's just joking. He's just cracking the joke. It's not gonna happen. Well, I guarantee you, watch when you get to contemplate marriage or you getting ready to get married. Guess what? You're gonna marry the whole entire family because they're gonna be in your business anyway. They're gonna be in your business. They're gonna want to know everything about you and all of that. So you're gonna marry the whole entire family.
I don't think that when we're talking about the in-law and marrying the whole family, I don't think they want to know about everybody. They just want to know about the in-law.
Well, I'm just trying to give you a spoiler alert because they're going to be in there. The in-laws are going to be in there.
So how do you keep them out? You already said they're going to be in there. So I mean, what's the purpose of?
It's going to be.
How do you do that? If they're going to be in there anyway, what we gonna do about it?
It's going to be up to us to minimize that. It's going to be up to us to keep them at bay. It's going to be up to us to make it a small issue instead of a large issue.
Well, how can we do that if I already have a strong, good relationship with my mom, and I'm throwing it out there. I have a strong relationship with my mom, and me and my mom gonna continue to hang out.
I'm folding this up because I'm gonna give my mama just a bit of information. I'm not gonna give my mom all the information. Everything about my relationship, everything of that. Every time I'm mad at my wife, every time I'm angry at you, you angry at me. I'm not gonna give my mother all that ammunition to come at us with. I'm just gonna give her bits and pieces.
Okay, but you giving her bits and pieces. But just say, for instance, she know you.
Okay.
I know you. Yes, I'm just saying, I know you. You coming around here like you good. You ain't good. I can tell by the
and she has done that.
Especially,
before.
I'm just saying, if you really close and your parents know you ain't good. You saying you good. You're not good. But so what's going on?
I'm a mama's boy. I'm gonna admit that right up front. I'm a mama's boy, and my mother would know this up front that I'm just gonna give her just bits and pieces of information. She'll ask me a whole lot of stuff. But I'm just going to give her bits and pieces of information because I don't want my mother in my marriage. I don't want my father in my marriage. I don't want my sisters and brothers in my marriage. So I give mom just tidbits of information. Mom, how you and LAVIDA doing? Oh, mom, we doing good. We doing good. You mean tell me y'all ain't had any fights lately? Yeah, we had, mom. We kind of resolved them. You see what I'm saying? So I give mama just bits and pieces of information. I'm going to oh, mama, me and LAVIDA had a big breakup and oh, she's mad at me and I'm mad at her. And that's why I'm sitting over here today because she put me out the house. I'm not going to tell my mother that.
Well, they do say confession is good for the soul, right?
Not to my mother. She's not the priest.
Hold on.
My mother's not the priest.
But they do say confession is good for the soul, right?
Okay.
So I will say, in the past.
Here we go. In the past.
In the past.
Oh, get ready. Get ready.
I have when it said,
here we go.
Like, mama, he tripping. Let me just tell you what's going on. And I have. I'm just being honest with you.
And then if I come around, she looking at me sideways. Look at it.
No, she ain't looking at you.
Think he all that. He done messed my daughter up.
You know why she not looking at you sideways? Because you the only son-in-law that she has.
She's our most favorite son-in-law.
Okay, well, the only son-in-law.
Only son-in-law that she has.
But she's not looking at you sideways because I'm telling her I just need to vent about you. I'm just telling you I need to vent about you to somebody and not to you because you made me mad. And at that point, you're not listening because I'm trying to tell you something. You're not listening to me. So I done vented to her. But she's not saying, baby, if that was me, you can come on, move in with us. She's not saying that. She's not
giving you advice on that.
She's not giving me negative advice.
Okay, she's not giving you negative advice.
She's holding me accountable.
But she's giving you advice, but not
She's
negative.
holding me accountable.
And I think that's okay.
She's holding me
accountable. If you're doing some tidbit stuff like that, I think that's okay.
Okay.
But I don't think every time we have an argument, every time we get mad at one another, every time we have a problem, you run and tell your mother, or I run and tell my mother. I don't think that should be the case right now.
You don't?
I don't think so.
Okay, I agree.
I don't think I should go and tell my mother everything that's going on. Because if that's the case, my mother would never get anything done.
What you mean?
Because every time I'm running, Mama, we having a problem today. Mama, Rita's mad at me. I'm mad at her. Mama.
So what you saying? We mad since your mom? We get mad at each other that much? Where your mama?
Yeah, well, my mama. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She would just have her ears so full, and my mother knows as my mother is, and knows as my mother is. She probably would like that too. You know, as nosy as my mother is, she probably would like that. She'd probably say, bring me more information. Come on, I love to hear that. You know, I don't have anything to do, so come tell me all your problems, all your situations, and I'll see if I can help you. Yes. Oh, mother be sitting there waiting. She couldn't wait, twiddling her thumbs. Oh, Kenneth, bring me some more information.
So let me ask you a question. So if you told her that, and I'm saying if she couldn't wait, will it just stop? Will it just stay with her, or she gonna tell
Oh, no. My mother can't hold water.
She can't?
Mama, edit this. Mama, you can't hold water.
She can't hold water.
No, mother would probably tell sisters and brothers and everyone. You know, Kenneth and LAVIDA, they laughing and giggling, but they got big problems.
They have a bunch of problems.
Yeah, Kenneth always come over here and tell me what LAVIDA's doing and what she's not doing, and she's not cooking, cleaning, sewing, and ironing.
Right.
You know, so you have to be careful about that.
I think you have to be extremely careful with that because you saying lovely in-laws, but like you said earlier, I think that we need to draw the line in the sand, and then we have to come together on work. Because I think one of the issues that we find, and it's not in here, but that we find is that if one is helping a in-law or parent financially.
Okay.
So if you're helping a parent financially, or if I was giving my mom some money financially, then what do we do? Are we going to continue to do that? Because I think those are things we just need to discuss.
Right.
And like you're saying, I think we need to come together on that. Not saying just stop it and say, well, nah, mom, I'm married now, I can't help you. No. To me, we have to prepare her, or if we can continue, or him, or if we can continue to do it. And to me, we just agree upon it. If we feel like we can continue to help her, and it's not a financial burden on us, then I think if we can agree to it, it's fine. It's okay.
Because you and your mother, before I came into the picture, y'all were pretty good friends. I saw that relationship there. And I did not want to damage that relationship. Okay. I did not want to hinder it. But I saw where you and your mother were pretty good friends.
We were real close.
And I said,
I think we still are.
I said, I'm going to see how LAVIDA can sever the cord of allegiance and sever the cord of dependency. I said, it might be hard to do. I said, but I think with a little bit of love, it could help out a lot.
Do you think you helped in that area?
I think I did.
Okay.
I think I helped you a lot because, you know, you and I started to spend more time together. You and I started doing things together, and then we left mom out of it.
Right.
So mom had to kind of look and say, I need to find me another friend to hang out with.
Yeah, but she was still kind of looking at you sideways like, God, you
didn't took my best friend away from me.
Like, wait a minute,
and I'm glad she saw that. I think at the beginning of the relationship that helped out.
It did.
Because she saw, well, okay, he's pulling her away from me so they can enjoy their marriage, their relationship. Yeah. So now I'm going to have to find some other things to do.
Right.
So she had to cling on to other people.
She did.
So I think that's what we should do in a relationship. Start out early with it and don't just jump in there and try to do it all of a sudden. Take your time and work your way through it.
I will say that one thing I do like that you said when you wrote this letter, you say loving in-law. Yeah. So whatever you do it in love.
Love, absolutely.
Love has to be behind it. If there's no love behind it and you're just trying to just do something or say something or just be like, it's not going to come across too good. I think it has to be in love because it was almost like you did it, but it wasn't like it was noticeable.
All of a sudden, right. It wasn't
or like, let me just pull her, or if they got something to do now, you going with me. Because I do remember a few times, even when I went out of town, you was like, well, you know, you can go. You good. You okay if you go. And I did. I went out of town with her a few times. You were okay with it. Or even if you came down there, you came down there later because you knew we wanted to stay. Right. And then you came on back. But I appreciate that. But like you said, that's us coming together. So to me, as a couple, yes, you have to come together and decide on what it looks like for you, because what works for us may not work for you. But one main thing is you have to come together. You have to be on one accord, because if they see you all unified and see that you all are both strong on whatever stance y'all taking, we're strong on whatever stance we're taking, then they're gonna look and say, look, both of them together. We can't separate those two. But they both have a stance on whatever this situation is. And then and then the parents may back off a little bit. They may back off and say, yeah, well, I see that she's building a relationship with her husband, or he's building a relationship with his wife, and I don't want to interfere in that. And maybe I even just thought about this when I was just sitting here. Maybe to kind of make the transition a little smoother is maybe just start out hanging out with them. Just say, LAVIDA, you can have one I'm just saying one Friday when you get off work, go hang out over there to about 10, and then you can, or 9, I'm just throwing it out. Then you come back, and then eventually they'll see, okay, you are still spending time with me. It's not like you done just yanked the rug from under me.
Right, because eventually you're going to have to build that up anyway, because when kids come into play.
Exactly.
Just think about that. When kids come into play,
right.
we're going to have to do that too. We're going to even have to see that, okay, Mama, it's just going to be us and the family today. We can bring the kids over there and let the grandkids spend the day with you or something, while me and her go out together and have a good time. See, so that's what you're going to have to build up on. You're going to build all that up so that can happen.
Right. Yeah. And like you said, I don't think it happens overnight. No. I don't think any of this happened overnight, because I don't even remember mine's happening overnight with my mom. I just saw it. I just saw it happening, and like you said, I just saw it unfolding, and me want to spend time with you, and I was still able to hang out with her. But eventually, you can just tell. Oh, I know. I can just say, oh, I know. You have to ask Kenneth if you. And it just almost like all of a sudden it just happened where she was like, oh, I know you got to ask Kenneth if you can do this. I mean, and she did, because it wasn't like, well, Mom, I can't go. I got to do this. It was kind of like, well, you got to ask him. And once you ask him, then you'll get back with me. Yeah, I'll talk to him first, and then I'll let you know.
Because my mother was doing that too. I was over her house one day, and I think she wanted me to mow her yard or something. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, Mother, we got something to do. Oh, I guess you got to ask LAVIDA, can you just mow my yard? I said, no, Mother, it's not that serious.
Right.
But I'm just letting you know we have something else to do.
Right.
So maybe I can come over tomorrow and mow your yard. Well, I want my mother's yard mowed today. I said, well, I'll tell you what. I said, once we get through what we're doing, I'll see if I can come back and mow your yard. If I can't, I'll just have to set it tomorrow. Okay, well, I guess if you ask LAVIDA, she said no, then what? I said, Mother, it's not that serious.
Right.
And that was from the beginning.
Right.
But as it progressed and she saw that, I was spending more time with you, she would ask me, she said, okay, before I ask you this question, can you ask your wife?
Right.
Can you hang out with me today and do some things?
Exactly.
And I said, I'll tell you what, I'll ask her and let her know, look, my mother wants me to come over and clean the garage up so we can have a garage sale. Mm-hmm. And you were okay with that. Mm-hmm. You're okay with that. But at least she saw that.
Right.
And said, look, ask LAVIDA first and see if you can do this.
And I think the more they see it, the more it becomes, like they say, the more you do something a routine, the more they see it, it's like, okay, so now it becomes a habit. Thank you for that. The more you see it, the more it becomes a habit. So eventually they were like, okay, let me make sure I ask. Right. Okay, well, check with them first. And
so it was almost like we were training our parents, huh? That's what it sounded like. We were training our parents, getting our parents ready that day. It's going to be us taking on the world parents, and y'all might as well get ready for it.
I didn't want to laugh at that, but that was kind of funny.
Training your parents. We ought to have a segment on that. How do you train your parents?
No, we won't. So I just want to say, y'all, I do like the fact that we can all come together, how we were able to come together.
Right.
Again, that's why I'm saying, it's helping me to prepare for my producer. I'm saying my producer, our son. It's helping me for when he even whatever he does, I'm able to.
I hope he gets married one day. I want some grandkids one day, but I ain't in no hurry. I'm not in any hurry. So this would set the table for when you're trying to transition into
This helps me because it's almost like a mirror in my face. It's helping me to transition to that, because I wouldn't want to come between him and his wife,
right? Or
any animosity, or she wouldn't come around, or he just come around and then I don't ever see her, and then it's a problem if they have grandkids. Like she might say, well, they can't come over there. She don't want to.
We don't get along together.
Yeah, she acting crazy with me. Why they want to come over? So this is really helping me to see that I don't want to behave a way that I wouldn't want someone to treat me.
Right. Because the dads, it seems like the dads don't have a whole lot of problems. It is not the dads. It seems like it's the mothers that has a whole lot of problem with transition. Mm-hmm. Dad said, okay, I'm glad to get rid of my son. I'm glad to get rid of my daughter. Right. I'm glad she's out there, trying to find her own way, And sometimes we don't interfere like that, but it's the ladies, the ones that seem like they need to be the ones that.
And I think it's the ladies, but I think it's the fathers. If I had that if you were there financially supporting,
right,
and you wasn't able to do it, and then I have to go ask my dad to help us,
right,
that's where the problem to me would come in, right. Because if he did it, I was like, shoot, if you won't give it to me, shoot, I'm just gonna go ask my daddy.
Right.
And so when we together, now daddy may be looking at you crazy. Now I done walked this spur down the aisle.
You make them, you can't support her?
Or you can't help her financially.
Right.
In that area.
Right.
So I can see where we've ran across that where she felt like, if you can't give it to me, I just go get it from my dad.
Right. And that would be wrong for the dad to step in and say, okay, I'll give it to you.
So it's wrong for the dad and I go ask my daddy?
Right.
But you can't give it to me.
I think the dad should talk to the son-in-law. Excuse me. I think the dad should talk to the son-in-law to say, sir, let me ask you a question and find out what the financial status is over here. See if I can help y'all that way instead of just always dumping the money over to the daughter. You smart enough. You study smart enough. I'm study giving her money.
Yeah.
I'm study giving her money. I'm study giving her money. You smart enough.
But you can't do it. You can't spoil me, so what's wrong with
you? Okay, that's what I'm saying. So the dad should step in and say, look, son, how can I help you help your wife?
So why won't you go talk to him instead of me running and talk to him? Because I guarantee you probably benefiting from some of that spoiling I'm getting.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Maybe the dad should talk to the son-in-law
that's what I'm saying.
out.
You said that. I'm just saying.
Maybe, to make a long story short, the dad should go talk to the son-in-law and ask the son-in-law what the problem is.
We're talking over each other, but you're reaping these benefits too. So if we need it, and I say, okay, let's go eat. You reaping the benefit, so why should he come talk to you? What's about you? Ain't you the leader of this house? You supposed to be the leader of this household, but you got me gone. You pushing me all out to do that.
Well, I guess the husband's going to have to humble himself and go and ask the dad. Say, look, Dad, we're coming to the financial, little financial hole here. Is there a way that you can kind of help us out of it until we can get back on our feet? I think the son should go over, the son-in-law should go over there and ask the dad.
I agree.
Instead of the daughter running and asking the dad all the time.
That's what I said. You said the daddy should talk to the son.
Well, I'm just saying, in order to keep the pressure off of him, in order the daughter keep coming over there getting money from him.
Okay.
The daughter keep coming over there getting money from him.
Okay.
I think the dad should, pull the son-in-law to the side sometime and ask him, say, sir, is there anything we can help you with financially?
Okay.
And son probably said, no, we're good. No, you're not good because your daughter, your wife is coming up and asking me for money all the time.
Okay, so let me just ask you this question. So we're going to flip the tables. If it's not the daughter, but the son asking the mama for money because they have a good relationship. And I'm going to use producer for this is just just for an example. So producer, he out there and he just need a little money. Just to come over here, mom, give me a little money. I slide him a little money. And it's for him, just for that he might need a little money. So would you step in how would you handle that? And I'm not probably paying no bill. He just, mom, let me hold about $100. Mom, let me hold.
Well, if I found out that you were doing that behind my back, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm just asking. Hypothetical.
I would, talk with the dad and ask him.
How can I producer?
Yeah.
If producer came to me and asked me for money, you said behind my back.
Right.
How would you handle it?
That's what I would say. I would, ask the son. I would ask the son.
Okay.
What is, is there a problem there?
No, he just need a little extra money.
Yeah. Well, I can help you get some extra money. I can get you a lawnmower, or you cut the yard. What we're trying to do at the end of the day is keep the marriage solid.
Exactly.
In order to keep the marriage solid, we have to have full communication with each other.
Right.
And then, have full communication with our parents. Mm-hmm. Because we don't need to bring our parents in. Once the parents push us away, we don't need to bring them back into our marriage.
I agree.
We shouldn't bring them back in our marriage.
We should keep them at bay.
Yes.
Not push them, but keep them at bay.
Yes.
I do believe that.
And let them know if we need your help, we'll ask you for it.
Okay.
For it. But in the meantime, you and I should try to strengthen ourselves where we won't have to do that.
Right. Because I think if we're able to find a way to do what we need to do, that's financially, and since we're talking about finances, I think if we're able to do that in the way we try to connect people, unite each other, because if you can revive and restore, y'all saw me do that, revive, restore, and reunite.
Yeah.
So if we can revive our finances, then we can restore it. Then we can reunite. Because what's happening is, as long as they giving us, we're not able to restore anything. They're restoring.
It's kind of making us lazy.
Yeah, it
kind
is.
of making us lazy and divide us at the same time.
It's
making us lazy and divide at the same time. Because I don't want you getting money for your parents, and you don't want me getting money from my parents.
Right.
So our job is to show some stability with ourselves.
Yeah.
And that way, that can keep our in-laws at bay.
I agree. So I think
at the end of the day,
I think this was good because that's why I say, I was really talking to myself as well.
Right.
I'm just letting y'all know.
Right.
I was talking to myself because I don't want to, and I've always told Kenneth that I don't want to be that parent. I don't want to be that in-law because I've talked to too many couples that struggle with their in-laws. I don't want to be that in-law where once my son eventually, whatever he gives me, I don't want his wife not want to come around me or be around me because of the way I treat her or my behavior. What you thinking about?
I'm just gazing at that because when that day comes, it's going to be a blessing. I hope it's going to be a blessing. I hope it's going to be a blessing. I hope it's going to be a blessing.
It is.
When that day comes. That's what
so you think I'm all right now because
I think you're all right now.
Because it's not.
I think you're all right now.
Okay.
I think you're all right now.
I think I'm gonna be great.
I think if you keep building that bridge, keep building that bridge toward her and she toward you, I think you're gonna be all right.
I think I'm gonna be fine.
I think you're gonna be all right.
So y'all keep those comments coming. Again, at the end of the day, I know I looked at my card. It's about reviving, restoring, and reuniting. Y'all got it. And guess what, Kenneth? We got 3 R's. Our church doing 3 R's. I just thought about that when we said that.
Right.
So I appreciate y'all. Don't forget again, I always hit that subscription button that's right there.
Yes.
So keep hitting that button. Y'all stay tuned. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes.
Same time.
Thank you all.
We appreciate the support.
Yes.
And we'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Have a good evening.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.